If you're a man dating, this applies to you regardless, but especially if you're young, hungry for success, working on yourself, maybe you got a business, you go to the gym, you eat well, you sleep well, and you just started dating again. And you're getting the first results where you're not just getting likes, not just getting matches, not just getting phone numbers on the street, but you're also going on dates. You'll find a girl, maybe you have it right now, so think with me. You will find a girl that you find hot, that you find attractive, and she will like you back one of the first times in your life. And she will also show some wifey qualities. She may be very sweet, very open, very submissive, always smiling, always giggling around you, and all the good stuff we like. But if you're not 100% sure, cut it. Cut it. Because I made this mistake. A few months ago, I think it was June, July of last year, I started dating again, and I used Tinder, got some nice pics, started matching and going out with a few girls. And there was one in particular that I liked, and she liked me, and we went on nice dates. And she was all nice and sweet, sexy and everything. And I soon realized after one or two dates that she was not for me. And she was not 100% what I was looking for. And to be fair to myself, I went to her and I told her, look, you're nice and sweet and everything, but this is not 100% what I'm looking for. And she was all proper crying and telling me, oh no, but we only met for like twice, you don't know me. Let's date a little bit longer and you will see. And me, myself, in that position, which I don't regret to be fair, but I thought to myself, well, I don't want to fuck this up because I kind of like this girl. I'm, starting to feel feelings for her. And I don't want that maybe I got some past things where like my attachment style is avoidant, and although she would be nice for me, I'm just repelling her because I'm scared for some reason. And so I thought to myself, well, let's try. Let's hang out a few more times. Let's see how it goes. I'm fucking boiling in the sauna. And we went out more times. And I was still not convinced for little things. And it was really little things because she was all nice and sweet. But for example, she would buy plastic clothes, which a lot of women do. And she would buy eggs with the number 2 on them. If you're not familiar, 0 on the egg is like bio, super good. Number 1 is like free range or whatever, decently good. Number 2 is like nothing I would touch personally. And she would buy those number 2 eggs. Just little things like that. And I knew for my standards that was not what I was looking for. Even the slightest difference, I think, to my ideal over a longer period of time, it creates a big discrepancy to what I want. And so I told her, look, this is not for me. You're hot and everything, I like you, but this is not for me. But we kept dating because I was afraid of telling her that, we cannot see each other again. And I was also super horny, and I was getting pussy and attention for the first time in a long time. And so we ended up having sex a couple times more, then a couple times more. And the more we fucked, the more I felt rotten inside. I could just feel I was doing something wrong, and I was just compromising my ideals and my values. And so it came to the point where I told her, look, we cannot do this anymore. We cannot see each other anymore. And I had already developed feelings for her. When I told her those things, I felt heartbroken. It felt horrible. Keep in mind, it was only after 1 or 2 months, something like that. And that was horrible, not just for me, because, I recovered pretty quickly. A couple days I was, feeling awesome again. But I made a disservice to her and to God, in my opinion, because as soon as I realized she was not for me the first time, I asked her, would you be open to a situationship, just friends with benefits? And she told me no, that she wanted a husband, and she wanted, not a husband, a boyfriend, a serious relationship. and she has been with other men before, but she now wanted, just a serious relationship. And I agreed to that, and we tried that. And after 2 months, after, having sex, I had to tell her no. And I feel that was definitely not what she wanted. And I should have just kept it short. I should have just cut it off. Not because she's a bad person, but because we didn't match. We had different ideals and different goals for that relationship. It happened more times where I'm continuously meeting girls and I tell myself I want a serious relationship, but then I see the girls that I'm speaking to and dating, and they're fun, but not for a serious relationship. And yes, I gotta make some difficult calls and just sending out messages telling we cannot date anymore, because there is my monkey brain telling me, oh, let's go out, let's fuck, let's make a nice date, go to the spa, go to the sauna, she's giving you scratches. Afterwards, you fuck in the bathroom or in the changing locker rooms, whatever. And you work on the train on your way there and working on the way back. But then I realize it would be nice and pleasurable. I would also get my work done. Like, what kind of man would I be, right? And on the other hand, I imagine the same scenario with a woman that I love, that I really like, or at least I'm getting to know for something serious, which is what I want right now. And I imagine the same day, but it's very nice and sweet, and I would be 100% satisfied with that day. And so it's really about who you go with. It's not about sex, it's not about, having a nice day and spa and stuff. And it's really about, if it's not something you want 100%, just leave it. Life is too short. And at least for me, I want to be that type of man that can say no to pussy and only pursue women that I really like. And so I will do that. And yeah, I promise to myself and to God I will do that. I will send the messages. Yeah, just after these videos, I will send the messages, because it's unacceptable. To be fair, it's unacceptable. Just not in line with who I am. And so yeah, man. If for you, if you resonated, think for yourself. Is there a relationship you're pursuing, or generally, if you're going out with disalignment to what you want, and my recommendation, don't do it, because you will regret it. You will learn the lesson, fine, you learned the lesson if you mess up, but it's better to not mess up and still have the good lesson in mind. I hope that helped. Just cut it off, man. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. We do it together. I do it now straight after the video. You do it as well if you're not a pussy. Bye bye.